All right, in 10 seconds, we are live. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we are. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing today? It's Tony Caggiano, and joining me today, we have Kaci Brown from Amplifier Impact. I just wanted to change up my lives a little bit, and Kaci actually gave me a great idea to, just jump on a live with somebody. I did one the other day. Just to have you guys get to know my friends and the people that I connected with this past year. Kaci is a really great friend of mine. I met her in her Amplify Impact group. I joined their Friday meetings and just got to know her and a whole bunch of other great people in there. So I'm glad to have her here on my live, and hopefully you get to know her as well today too. So welcome, Kaci. How are you?
I am fantastic, Tony. Thank you so much for having me and being on this wild ride of entrepreneurialism.
I love it. The entrepreneurial journey, that's the thing that I always, I've been on for the past 30 years and, my ups and downs. And I just love celebrating people who, really jump into it and follow their passions. So.
Yeah. We're a crazy bunch. That's for sure. And I'm just, my heart goes out to the fight that's in entrepreneurs. It's a lot. It reminds me a lot of just, the spirit of an athlete, right? Where obviously what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, and where we intentionally go into pain and discomfort to come out on the other side with growth. So I'm just, for those of you watching, like, I see you, I recognize the struggle. And I'm super excited to be here, to share, in my little way, in a little piece that can help emphasize the struggle doesn't have to be so hard.
Yes. And just a little background about Kaci. She's an amazing business coach, and her business partner, Jorge Vasquez, have started an amazing challenge that they are in the middle of. And they have their live event coming up. When is that coming up? Soon, right?
Yeah. So we're in the 4th iteration of the challenge, and the live event is coming up this Friday and Saturday. And I'm so super excited about it. It's not like any other virtual live event where you just have people that are talking at you all day long. It is extremely immersive workshop style. And we've just had so much fun building out premium offers with entrepreneurs who how when in business, we sometimes get overwhelmed with just being the solution for everybody, where we think that just because we know how and we can do it better than our client who may be suffering and in pain, that we should do it. But what happens is you end up being overwhelmed, overstretched, overworked, and the freedom that lured you into entrepreneurialism from the beginning is becoming like a distant dream, or what am I ever going to be able to experience that vision of my future? And that's what we've been able to help unlock through the challenge and the 2-day events, by helping people focus on premium offers. Because the fact is, as impact-driven entrepreneurs, you are going to show up and serve like no other in the industry or in the market niche that you are in. And why should we continue to bend over backwards, to jump through hoops, to not be profitable, and like to burn out into what our potential could be, and our business isn't sustainable because we want to serve so hard? So like my argument, like for premium offers, is to flip it and to be able to stand up and serve at our highest possible value, to show up and solve bigger problems, so that when we do want to give, when we do want to be generous, when we do want to create nonprofits or write our checks, like entrepreneurs like that are profitable, the world needs more of us.
Yeah, it's really the whole idea of growing a business, but also, with the bigger purpose in mind of giving back and helping others. And that's one of the things that I wanted to do when I started this business. I've always had something that I would give back, either, helping and volunteering in a local community charity or something like that. But when I started this business, this is really, a higher level for me, because what I'm doing is helping the disabled community and really giving back while I'm growing the business. The business is actually for them. And so to me, this was really my premium offer, to really go out there and not only just do business to make money, but, helping the greater good of the disabled community, but also growing the business to give back and to, help business owners know what's going on. So I think for people who are listening, it may be a little confusing if you're just getting started, or if you don't know, what a premium offer is. It's really, to me, it's making sure that your offer is, something that can do something for the greater good of giving back. And that may not be, what your challenge is all about, but for me, I really enjoy making sure that giving back is part of, growing a business.
Yeah, and certainly, and that's the thing about it. Like, I realized very early in my entrepreneur journey that my market, my niche that I serve is impact-driven entrepreneurs. And the first client that I had actually was barely making six figures, and with systems and process and honing in their offers, especially and helping them create a premium offer that solved a bigger problem, was able to get them to over $1 million in 18 months. Now, what that $1 million result means to me is that now they have leverage in their business, and not only for their family and what they can create for their team members, but it's resulted in over 5 nonprofit programs that supports their community. And that is what I love to click into place for impact-driven entrepreneurs. It's not about the $1 million. It's about leveraging our skill sets and how we can do more with solving bigger problems. And so, like, for me, a premium offer does 3 things. It minimizes overwhelm and confusion. It minimizes the decisions that our clients have to make. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they're coming to us as the expert. We have a process. We have it mapped out and figured out. They come to us typically in a fit of fury and stress because they've tried it, or they've tried to hire it out before, like all of these things. And we're creating this, relationship of trust. And here's my process. Here's the results I've created. And here's what I want to do for you. It's a partnership, right? So we're minimizing those decisions that they have to make, which is of great value. Like,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever, you know how in your business where you're like, there's a problem that you need to be solved. And it is just like, I don't care what the amount of money is. I just want an expert that I can trust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To get the result. Right. I think we've all been there. Right. And third, it maximizes the resources and speeds, speed to result.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if we have a solution that we think is going to take a year, but we've figured out a process where we can compress that time and focus and really just stay within our zone of genius and produce an amazing, repeatable result, that is a win-win-win scenario. And that is what we teach as a premium offer. It is not to be confused with a high ticket offer.
Mm-hmm.
That is just assign an arbitrary high number because you think you're amazing, and you're literally writing your own paychecks just through like perceived results and perceived value, and you really don't care about
Mm-hmm.
the results that you are getting for people. My position and my argument is impact-driven entrepreneurs care the most.
Yes.
And their businesses have to survive. They have to thrive. They have no choice but to be profitable, but we always put ourselves last.
Yeah. I see that a lot. I think, a lot of the the entrepreneurs that really have a passion for what they want to do, they know exactly what they need to do, or what they want to do, but they don't know exactly what they need to do in order to get there, because all of the processes, are unfamiliar to them. They just say, hey, I want to make a difference. I know I can do this, but how do I get there? And that's why, like you said, some people think it may take a year. Sometimes it takes longer than that. For me, I thought when I jumped right into this, everybody would be like, oh my God, everybody needs, accessibility on their website. Let's all jump into it. But, it's really something that I needed to nurture, and is taking a little bit longer because people are unaware of it. And so, I'm over the past year figuring out the processes. And I wish I had this almost a year ago, because, it might have helped me lessen the time to get to where I am today, and where I'm going to be in a year from now. So I think this is a great, what you're doing is great for entrepreneurs who really want to focus on working in their business, not on their business, and really getting somebody like yourself and Jorge to show them the way of, okay, this is what you need to do in order to get to where you want to be. So it's awesome.
I appreciate that. And I mean, unfortunately, like I'm in the same boat as you. Sometimes it takes me a little longer to have the aha moments.
Yeah.
And, last year was a breaking point for our business in many ways. Like we had pivoted because of market demand due to COVID, out of coaching into agency, because people had the pain point, and we felt that mindset and strategy and everything would be put on the back burner, because of the fear that 2020 was pushing people from offline to online, or they had to pivot their business and launch something different. And I didn't realize until it happened in our own business, but the service that we were providing was only a Band-Aid solution. We were not fixing the root of the problem. And until I experienced the root of the problem myself, it was unclear, right? I felt like our zone of genius was launches. It didn't matter if you were launching a group, launching a coaching program, launching a product course. It didn't matter, right? I thought that was where we were serving. But where we started seeing a pattern, and even in our own business, because when summer hit of 2020, my husband had to go in for a second brain surgery, which meant everything that I was working on came to a halt, which in effect had a direct impact on our team and our business. Like Jorge, God bless him, he was like, don't bring on another client, right? If you have this to deal with, we're at capacity at this point. We continue to serve the clients that we served, but it made me start realizing I had not created a clean, simple process. I was not doing our clients any favors, because I was only dealing with the surface level pain of them needing to launch quickly. I was not addressing profitability and cash flow so they could support the teams in getting them beyond the launch. Because and I'm sure you can imagine this, when something fails, or you have to pivot in business, and you put everything is riding on this new idea, and this launch has to work. You have no choice but it to work.
Right.
That's a dangerous place to make decisions from. And so we were getting them through the launch, but it wasn't sustainable because they didn't have the team that insulated them to eventually create those simple structures to remove them. And that's the loop that entrepreneurs and solopreneurs find themselves in. It's sales fulfillment, sales fulfillment, sales fulfillment. And then where's your freedom? Right?
Right.
Your family's wondering where you're at dinner. When's the last time you took a vacation? Right. Yeah. And it's because, we go last. We care so much about the results. We will work 80 hours, 200 hours on a project. We don't care. And that is the thing. If you put that into a premium offer, you're going to show up the same way. You will refuse to leave someone hanging. For impact driven entrepreneurs, we're incapable of that. Right. So with that level of attention and care, if you focus on your zone of genius and being able to insulate yourself with other geniuses around you, it changes the game.
Wow. That's awesome. So a lot of what you're talking about, you're going to be talking this weekend in your live event. Now, people who did join the challenge this week, can they still join the live?
Oh, yeah. So, I can get you the link if you're interested in the free challenge. I can share my link if you want to hop on a call. Like, I am very open and accessible. Okay. Like, that's one of the things that we committed to when we were stepping up to serving this way. Because I also know, as impact-driven entrepreneurs, we are also last to ask for help. Like,
it's difficult, it's a lot of times we want to give, and it's hard to say, hey, I need help too. Hello,
Yeah. I mean, have you ever, in a way, this is a rhetorical question, but I would love for you to answer it, Tony, and anyone listening. Have you ever just like kept your head down and figured I can just tough my way. I can just stubborn my way through this situation, right? We're resilient, right? And we are, that is the beauty of our genius, because it's an incredible character asset. But if we're not careful, it can turn into a character flaw, because we don't see the potential that we're leaving for impact on the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're covering all of that this weekend in the 2 days. It's 8 hours each day. Wow. It is not like, here's a link and I'm just going to present a webinar to you. Like, no. Our team is there, our coaches are there, and we are going through our entire process. So, and this is what I do in the challenge too. So like, this is our, what I sat down to and put my nose to the grindstone is, and paid attention to, what is the repeatable process that once we realized it was cash flow and profitability, that when we started enacting this with our clients, that they were shifting from $1,500 to $2,000 original offers, now all of a sudden to 25 to 75 to 100K. And they're bringing on team members to support and up level the client experience. And the clients were ecstatic, right? Like, just so happy to have this permanent solution, this partnership of scaling and growth. And the impact-driven entrepreneur got to serve in a way that their skill set was put to work. Now, does that mean that we completely forget about everybody else that may not be to that level yet? No. And again, like, we're incapable of that as impact-driven entrepreneurs. This just allows us to have the assets to continue to give and serve in other ways, right? I don't think we're ever going to lose that aspect of it. And I think that's the thing that within online marketing, like, if I could say nothing else, but like, have a rally cry to impact driven entrepreneurs, like, don't sell yourself short on the impact that you can make.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great advice for a lot of people, because a lot of times they sell themselves short, and they're like, well, I'm only one person. Maybe I can't really make the impact I really want. And they really need to know that, even if you just, if what you do, you reach one person and it influences them and helps them, then you've made a difference. And, if you do it properly and you can follow a process like you're going to be providing this weekend, then you can impact a lot more than one person. You can really make a difference in the world to, get the message that you want to get out there known. So awesome. Well, we'll definitely put the link in the notes and all the other ways that people can reach out to you, because I think what you and Jorge are doing is just phenomenal. You've helped me, more than you even know this year. And, I look forward to working together, even more this year, to get me to my next levels. And, it's just, I think you guys are definitely making an impact, in a lot of people's lives, and a lot of people I've met because of you, and your groups and everything like that have also made an impact, on me and a lot of other people. So keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here with me today. Anything else that you want listeners to know about you or anything before we wrap up today?
I just want to thank you. So if you're watching, I want to thank you for taking the time. And I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to know that when you feel the stress and when you feel the overwhelm, but when you also feel the call to more, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to serve bigger, right? The only real struggle that you and I will face is deciding to take that leap into what that biggerness is, if that's even a word. But what I've learned, and Tony, you probably have too, through each growth phase in your business, is you come to the table and you don't know what you don't know, but you also only know with what capacity you're currently producing at. So if you're producing at a 50K a year level, you tend to limit yourself to like within that 50K box. And even with us, and I'm the first to admit, like I totally invest in coaches, like in our own business and strategy to grow, because like once this light bulb went off, like that's impact has always been like my motive of operation. Like when I started, even with my first client, like when you said, if you impact one business, like, and that was my impact one, but the light bulb went off and I was like, I can continue to do this for others. And so then when I had the other light bulb moment last summer, where it was like, this part of my business is broken, and I'm not doing a service by not teaching this to other people, because they're going to be stuck in this broken cycle. They're going to max out at 50. They're going to max out at 60. They're going to max out at 100K. Because one of the first things my coach said to me is, your problem is you're thinking like a 6-figure entrepreneur. You're making decisions like a 6-figure Kaci. And you need to start making decisions today like $1 million business owner. And that's scary. Like, as an impact-driven entrepreneur, when you hear $1 million business owner, some of us, like, and I can speak for myself, like some of us, it makes our stomach leap, whereas like, oh, I don't know if I can handle that responsibility. I don't know if I deserve that. I don't know, like all of these things of worthiness and everything like creep into our minds. And then I just want to encourage you to realize that another quote that I've had from a mentor that I just carry with me is, if you have a problem with money, you haven't given enough away. And that, I'm running to that, because when I start making decisions, and when you start making decisions as $1 million business owner, perspective changes, possibilities change, impact changes, right? Like we work with clients who get to fund schools around the world, like build schools in Africa, build orphanages in Africa, build wells around the world. Not to mention like the work that you do with local communities. That's not to discount this is a global economy, and we choose the impact that we have. And when you shift that, it's powerful. Yeah. And when you dial in the formula, and it's just literally all, you've simplified scalability when you lead with premium offers, because then you bring team to support, and then you get to a point in business where it's turning a knob. Because at that point, if you've created the infrastructure for $1 million, there's a path to 10, to 20. I had an interview with a great friend the other day, Tom Shipley, and he just challenged me. He's like, why not add a 0? Like, and when we start to think like that as impact-driven entrepreneurs, I hope like there's just this rally in your soul where it's like, yeah, why not?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's very powerful, because in the years past, I never knew the power of having direction by somebody else, because other entrepreneurs, coaches, and things are so powerful to help you in your business. Before I came into the world of digital marketing, it was more of my coaches were my books. I would always read to learn better and get better at things, but you don't have that personal one-on-one drive to have somebody say, okay, yeah, add that 0, you can do better, think differently. Here's the mindset of, somebody in the next level. This is how you get there. So having those types of people are some of the best investments you can make as an entrepreneur in your business in order to get to that next level. And I think, this 2-day event that you're going to be putting on sounds like it's going to be a wealth of knowledge. And I think anybody, who is looking to get to that next level in their business, this would be a great event to be at. So, we'll definitely put the link down in the notes. Please, everybody, go check it out. And, you will not be disappointed with Kaci and Jorge. They are amazing. And, I can personally attest to that. So once again, thank you very much for being here today and joining me on this live. And, we'll be seeing you this weekend. It'll be awesome.
Awesome. I can't wait. And I'll get you the direct link, but if anyone just wants to type it in the browser, it's super simple. It's impactandinfluence.live. So Tony, thank you guys so much. For those of you watching and have hung out with us this whole interview, please don't be shy. Message me, connect with me if you have any questions about the event. I'm super excited to serve in this way and humbled to be here and share our message.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kaci. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for the live today. It's been great to introduce you to Kaci Brown, a great friend of mine, with her Impact and Influence live event going on this weekend. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.
Bye, everyone.